Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents G.I. Joe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 72, Copperhead. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, 4 and up, plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. And then, you know, the card holes punched out there to hook peg hole. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. G.I. Joe Classified Series, and it's nicely embossed, just the G.I. Joe, not the Classified Series. Nice digital renders of the accessories. Nice, what I'm guessing is a photograph, an actual photograph of the figure, product shots. And then artwork here, G.I. Joe Classified Series, and then again the G.I. Joe is embossed, the stripes are embossed. Cobra Copperhead. Cobra. Hasbro print. On the bottom, in case you forgot, plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. Small, fine legalese made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. Excuse me. Then on this side, some nice crazy eye artwork of Copperhead, G.I. Joe Classified Series, and it's not embossed. He's number 72. The embossing of the stripes does continue around this side, and it does not fade out with the paint. Of course, he's Cobra artwork, number 72. And here's a QR code that I'm assuming takes you to his file card information. And you can pause it here and scan that if you would like to do so. Also, here is some of his file card information. On the back, number 72, Cobra Copperhead. Cobra Copperhead, actually. Nice digital render of the figure and accessories, some close-up of some of the features. This says he's 6.4 inches tall or 163 millimeters. Warning! Attention! Achtung! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Attention! Don't stick it in your French pie hole, especially. Parents! GIJoe.com! Some more small, fine, legalese made in China print. Some more symbols I'm not going to learn. And Hasbro print. That, my friends, does it for a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers. Let's start with the accessories. And here we have his machete. And I have to say, it does have nice molded details in it. Some finger notches there in the hand grip. And it is slightly, the grip and the blade as well, slightly curved. Does have a blood groove in it right here. I do believe it's molded in this black plastic, and the paint is the silver. So very nice looking, very dangerous looking. Next up we have his sidearm. It's pretty plain Jane. A little bit of molded detail for the grip and a little around the receiver. And that's pretty much it. And here we have the holster for his main weapon. You can see it's got some extra ammunition on there. There's a post here where it ports into his back. And then here is his main weapon. Nice long revolver with a scope on it. Maybe a 45, maybe a 357, maybe a 44 Magnum. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this though, it looks pretty darn cool, and it looks like it has a lot of stopping power. Now, it does fit in this holster, and there we go. And then this strap folds over, and you notice it's got a little post on it right there, a mushroom post, and then a port right there. And it is not the easiest thing to get it to go. Let's see if I can get it with the tweezers. Not even with the tweezers, it looks like. And here we go. I finally did get it in there with the tweezers. I don't expect this mushroom post to stand the test of time, especially if you remove this accessory and put it back in here and strap it in a lot. But it all has nice molded details to it. Copperhead's final accessory, the box that his accessories come in, and I have to say I don't like these crates as well as the previous versions of it. They don't look very G.I. Joe and Cobra to me. However, they do have a much more real world military feel to them. But that's just my opinion. Yours, of course, may vary, and that's okay. Well, let's take a look at the figure himself. I mean, he's got some nice paint apps on him, and it's almost like he's got a wash on the helmet, it looks like, that just kind of dulls it up in spots, and then it's shiny in other spots. And then as far as the face, at least what you can see of the face, I mean, that looks fantastic. And then the paint apps inside the mask, or under this part of the outside of the mask. I don't know. The filter parts. Is that what it is? I'm not sure. Then he's got a nice silver Cobra logo tampo on him. This is just an overlay, as well as the two armbands and the belt. However, the belt does appear to be glued into place right here, maybe. That's how it feels. Sheath for his machete, and holster for his sidearm. Nice silver on the belt buckle there, and then to match up with his helmet, it's got these padded sections. And then I don't think we've seen these boots before in the line, could be mistaken, but very nice overall. It's got a tattoo right here, so that's a nice tampo. Let's take a look at his articulation. He can look up that far, and it's on that, I guess by now, what is standard for G.I. Joe. It's a dumbbell, and the neck's a separate piece from the head and the torso. Can look down that far. He's got some chicken neck. Waggle waggle. He can do the full exorcist. At the shoulders, 360-degree rotation. There is a butterfly hinge in there. He goes back that far, forward that far, and he can raise his arm up a good bit past 90 degrees. at the shoulder. Now this piece is just an overlay and it keeps coming loose, or out of position rather. He does have a cut at the upper bicep for another 360-degree rotation, double hinged pinless elbow. And let's see, I know I loosened this thing up, but it doesn't act like it. So get that much bend out of his elbow. 360-degree rotation at the wrist, on and up and down hinge, and up and down hinge on the other side as well. It's got that standard ab hinge. It allows him to lean back that far and forward that far. Now at the waist, he's got a little bit of hula going on. He can lean a little left and right, and just at that waist joint, bend back that far and forward that far. He also has a 360-degree rotation at that articulation joint point. It's got that G.I. Joe pull down hinge. He can give you the full splits. He kicks forward, we'll call it 90 degrees. Backwards about a step and a half, maybe, possibly 2 steps. Cut at the upper thigh for another 360-degree rotation. Double hinged pinless knee. And it gives you that much bend. At the mid shin, there's a boot cut for another 360-degree rotation. And at the ankles, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as his accessory storage goes, again, there's a post, there's a port, and it just goes in there. His side arm goes right into the holster, and then his armband comes off while you do that. Oops. And this does have one of those straps with the post on it as well. But that one is a little bit easier to do, not a lot of stress on it. And then his machete. If I got it in there correctly. I think I do. But it is a little hard to get in there. Does it go the other way? Let's see. Yeah, it fits that way much better. And that makes more sense for the handle to be turned that way. There you have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Copperhead with a couple of other G.I. Joe Classified Series Swampies, or Swampers, or people who hang out in the swamp. The regular release Zartan, and the deluxe release Crocmaster. Here's the G.I. Joe Classified Series Copperhead with the Action Force Swarm Trooper with Swarm Gear and the Action Force Scarab. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Copperhead, with, from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. Our final G.I. Joe Classified Series comparison, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, we have the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Series Copperhead, I have to say I like the sculpt, I like the deco on this guy, I like his accessories. I mean, that big old pistol revolver with the scope on it, that just looks totally awesome. And I mean, he really takes me back, his look really takes me back to the Real American Hero version of the character, and just with some, you know, added bonuses. He's got this machete, he's got all these weapons. He really didn't come with weapons that I remember. I remember that he came with the Cobra moccasin. Was it the moccasin? I think it was the moccasin. Anyway, the attack boat, he came with that. And I don't know, I kind of feel like without that vehicle, this guy's really just lacking something, because he's so associated, to me at least, your mileage of course may vary, but he's so associated to that vehicle that, you know, again, it feels like something's missing. And I realize, you know, they're not going to do a whole lot of vehicles in this, or at least I say they're not going to do a whole lot of vehicles in this scale. But then at Comic-Con, they announced, you know, Jeeps, and was it just the Jeep? I think it was just the Vamp with clutch. So, but with the Vamp, we know we'll definitely be getting a Stinger, Cobra Stinger, and definitely getting, well, not definitely getting, but most likely getting a Vamp Mark II that has the missile rack instead of the lasers. But that's beside the point. I just, you know, the price point for a vehicle like the Moccasin in this scale may be a bit prohibitive to a lot of people, and space wise too. And that vehicle to me is not really big enough to be a HasLab. You know, I think they could make that rather inexpensively and maybe make it a $60 vehicle price point. But then again, you know, they're always complaining about stores don't want to carry, you know, larger items and things like that. So we got to make it all HasLab. No, you don't have to make it all HasLab. There is a market. I mean, you guys have a web store, Hasbro Pulse, for a reason, and that's to sell things that maybe you can't get out on the shelf. But that's beside the point. I'm just arguing with myself, because we all know Hasbro don't look at little guys like me. But overall, again, this guy it's a good figure, and I've rambled on, but this guy's a good figure, and I'm glad that we can get him without having to purchase an expensive vehicle. But again, it just feels like the figure himself is lacking something, because he doesn't have that vehicle to which he is so associated with. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.